Hey guys. Hey you guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Happy Sunday to everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I was just sending out an alert. Um Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Um I almost feel like I need to send one on Patreon too. How is everyone doing? Someone say hi to someone else, and let me see who the gang stars are. Who got here first? Who tapped in? Who got here first and who tapped in first sometimes might be two different things, but and it might be the exact same thing. Hi XOXO, good morning, good afternoon. Esta es bonita, what's going on? And Dream Girl, thank you so much, you guys, for tapping in and being today's gang stars. Okay. All right. Jeez, what should I do? Okay. Let me send a quip. Okay. If you are on oh, jeez. Copy link. Duh. Okay. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna just have to do this because y'all gonna just have to trust me. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Hey guys. Okay. Hey everybody. Happy Sunday. Y'all, we got so much to talk about. So yesterday, oh, I know what that is. I was like, why am I hearing feedback? It's these. Okay, they're off. All right. So yesterday we did a member live. If you're not in members, what are you waiting for? Get into it. We were doing a member live yesterday and we were talking about some things and um what came up and out is that so one of y'all brought to my attention that there was a Nesto filing, and I'm going to be honest with you, I hadn't even seen it because I don't have my alerts on I don't have my alerts on. And I said, well, maybe I need to get my alerts back because if they're going to start posting, if the case is going to start picking up again, then it would make sense for me to have it. But in the past year that I paid for my subscription and nothing was really happening, not to say I wasn't using it because we do look at a lot of cases in Georgia and it is quite helpful, but baby, okay. Nothing that checking the docket every day won't help. You know what I'm saying? So I was just kind of like, well, nah, nah, nah. Anywho, apparently Doug, the investigator from the public defender's office, filed a notice, and it wasn't really anything major. But we talked about it yesterday, and I said, well, when I go live, we'll talk about it again a little bit more, so that way anybody who had any theories as to what they are doing and why, maybe we might be able to come up with something, or just a girl, you know how we speculate, just some more speculation to get Big Who upset. Okay, only me. Thank you, hon. Thank you for the jewels. Okay, let me okay, hold on a second, y'all. Period. Thank you so much. Is it Crasty B or is it Crasty? Krista, Krista, B. Help me out, sis. But thank you so much, hon. I appreciate you. Happy Sunday, 30 months. That is, girl, that's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. Dre's Runt Over Crocs. Thank you so much. Okay. And Only Me 23. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Okay, you guys, it's yes, Reef and Muff's mom. It's Sunday. Okay. Get into that Sunday business, okay? Okay, what is going on? What in the Nesto is going on, you guys? What is going on?
Hallelujah. God's been good. God's been too good to me.
That looks different. I was trying to figure out what happened to my camera, and that ain't it. I feel like I'm used to it this way. Yes. Happy Sunday. Some of y'all just getting out of church, okay? Amen. Amen, Belladonna. Yes. 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 What have I missed? You missed. Hey, girl. You missed. Hey, girl. Hey. Where is Boneytail and her? Who is her crew? Tell me who her crew is, and then maybe we can offer some intel. Because baby, who is her crew? Girl, I have no idea. Okay, who is Boneytail's crew? I would like to know. I have no idea who her crew is. If it's just Nesto, Nesto's behind bars. I don't think anything has changed with that. Thank you, Miss T. Thank you for supporting. Hold on one second. Let me look this up. Thank you, Miss T, for a membership. I so appreciate that. It's very much appreciated. Where is Sonia? Girl, the meddler ran her off. I am here for the show. Look at that. Okay. Girl. Okay. Justin's mom, Tanya B, everybody here, everyone is here. And if you're not here, you'll be, once you come in, tap in as you come in. Floating hearts from Juju. Thank you so much. Thank you for the jewels. Okay. Okay. Someone said, where is Sonia and her crew? I don't know who the crew is, who in the crew, but as far as like her daughter and her granddaughter, I don't really keep up with them. But if you're talking about like the people who aren't really her crew, like for instance, Dre and all those people, Dion and damn Lamont, baby, I have no idea. I don't know. Clarify for us, because I'm not sure who you're talking about. Sonia seems, Sonia is very much antisocial, so it seems. Let's see. Happy Sunday. Thank you, Blue Sapphire, and thank you for so many months. Thank you for, girl, lots and lots and lots of months. Okay, 30 months. We have a member, 8 months, Miss J. Always a lady here. I guess I'm more getting my name back. I don't know what that means. Maybe I'm not getting my name back. I'm not sure. This is what you could do if you want always a lady. Maybe go and change your @ name. I don't know what YouTube is doing. Sometimes they keep us very well informed of some of the changes that they make, and then sometimes it's just, I don't know. I almost feel like it's a glitch. Dem folks, see, Dem folks' name might be Dem folks, and her at name might be Dem folks. Like for me, my at name is Real Talk Bougie, and my channel name is Real Talk Bougie. Some people have Drop It Like It's Hot, and their name is Sally Sunday. You know what I'm saying? If your name is Sally Sunday, but it always shows up at Drop It Like It's Hot, you know what I'm saying? If your names don't match, it seems like, now is this the only place that does it? Because I don't pay attention. Yes, both are them folks. Yeah, mine both are Real Talk Bougie. But if you got Drop It Like It's Hot, and then you got Miss Sally still hanging in there. Y'all, if you did not and did not know, Houston Foodie girl had a birthday. Wish our good sis, Miss Foodie, Miss Houston Foodie, a birthday wish. Pen Pal had a birthday, I think, this week, if I'm not mistaken. Leo, it's Leo season. Okay. Shirley Strawberry, Joey Sea Dog, and the infamous, and I'm talking about girl, baby Bougie. Okay, girl. Little Miss Farah had her 15th birthday. Okay. All right. My wonderful little daughter, okay, girl, has the same birthday as Joey, Shirley Strawberry. Okay. I feel like I don't have any facts or numbers on this, but I feel like July 28th is kind of a popular birthday. I may be wrong. Now, lots and lots and lots of people are Virgos, and that's because y'all drink a little too much on the holidays. Get to that lovin', and it's extra extra good because you've had a couple extra glasses of wine, Chardonnay, girl, something, cake, and a good meal, and baby, make these wonderful humans called Virgos. Okay. So yes, girl, it's almost Virgo season, but I promised I would let the Leos have their time. But isn't it always Virgo season? Let me stop it. Let me stop it right now. Okay. Happy birthday, Leos. Your oldest niece is on a 728. I had my 6-7, not 6-7, not 6-7, 6-7. Girl, which holiday, girl? It's anything that happening between November and December. November all the way to January 1st. If you are, more than likely your August Virgos and some Leos are products of a good Thanksgiving meal. Okay? Good Thanksgiving and some nice drinks and holiday fun. And then after Thanksgiving leads you into Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all of the December shenanigans leading to New Year's Eve will yield you a wonderful either Leo or a Virgo. Hello? Did we not? Come on, let's do the math. Okay, let's do the math. Do it, baby. Do it, baby. Girl, boot up holidays. Okay, girl, cuffing season. We're some cuffing season kids. Okay, girl. Okay, show out Leos. Okay. I'm a product of Happy Halloween Night. Okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, happy birthday to our good little sis, Houston Foodie, and all the Leos out here. Happy birthday season. We love y'all and all of the things. Okay, guys, let's talk Nesto for a minute because one of y'all brought it up in members. If you're not in members, won't you come? Okay, won't you? Go ahead, come on. We talk about a lot of things. Sometimes it doesn't even make it over here because we'll get to talking. Y'all forgive my scratch. My skin is peeling, and so I have to seeing me makes me like, because then I realize, ooh, I'm on camera. But yeah, it's peeling and it's itching a little bit. So my bad, y'all. So if you see me scratch, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, don't pay any attention. My bad. Um, People are saying happy birthday. I'm a product of Halloween, but da 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 da. Happy Sunday to everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everyone dropping your milestones. Okay, Dre's runt over Crocs. Thank you. I love it here. Beauty's her name. Houston foodie still hanging in there. Freedom is not coming for nasty. I feel like you guys are gonna want to talk nasty all day. Are y'all gonna want to talk nasty all day? We're not talking nasty all day. We're just not. Bougie gang in the house. Leo lady, happy birthday, sis. I'm assuming it's a birthday for you too. Okay, Leo lady. My nails are not done. Always a lady. Always a lady. You might, I don't know. You might want to adjust your @ name because then you can have it be always a lady, but double check. It'll make you it'll do some checking before it lets you save it, because keep in mind the @ are completely unique, and if someone out there has always a lady, it may not let you have it. So you have to try it. But go in there, because then you can be always a lady in the chat. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like, you want to, because I don't know what this name is. We're not going to even venture to guess. But if it's something that you would rather not have be your name, and if you need some help with that, send me an email and I'll help you. Okay. If you don't know, let me know and I can try to walk you through or send you the link to where to go and fix that. Happy birthday, Granny the Great. What? It's Granny the Great's birthday. Bongos are playing. Hey, Bible lady, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Where is everybody? July Ruby. Hey, boo boo, 28 months. Thank you, hun. Thank you, hun. Okay. Oh, let me drop some coins. Granny the Great. Is today Granny the Great's birthday, or it's just this is the season? Thanks, Justin's mom. Granny the Great. Today is my 75. Is that diamond? Is that diamond? Hold on a second. 75th. Are they doing something special for you? The people, all the people, 75th birthday is what? 75th birthday is a major life milestone. People often call it Diamond Jubilee or Diamond Birthday because a diamond shows great strength, beauty, and lasting value. Clock it. Okay. Yes. Yes. Clock it. Okay. Girl. Yes. 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 To our beautiful diamond girl on today. It's that diamond birthday, period. Okay. Let's see. I tried to update and it wouldn't work. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, hon. Maybe what you were picking has already been taken. Girl, we're not going to even get into conspiracy theories, but who knows? I'm not sure. So, yeah. You might need to pick a derivative of it, because if it's not saving when you go in to adjust your @ name, it's because somebody may already have it. And, I don't know, hun. My bad, hun. So, yeah, maybe think of, I don't know, do what you feel comfortable with, right? Happy birthday at Leo Lady and Granny the Great. Absolutely. I missed y'all on Sundays. Y'all, you guys know what's today's date? The 9th. I've been pretty busy for the past month. So my bad, you guys. You guys are never far from here. Um, what I'm gonna say though, not to just advertise and remind you guys again, but we do members a lot. So if you want to keep plugged in on what we have going on, Petty Patty, what's good, sis? If you want to keep up with what's going on and just kind of be in the know, we pretty much, I mean, it'll be back to every day at some point, but it's, we may skip a day or so, but for the most part, members is popping almost every single day. And get into it. You know what I mean? Just get into it. And it's not only is it a great way to stay in the know of what's going on, we have conversations about lots of topics that don't always make it to here, or we might talk about it and then it makes it to here, or vice versa. Because, girl, sometimes we're just talking, right? Like yesterday, for instance, we were just talking and someone asked me, did I know anything about what was going on with Nesto? And I was like, he's got court on Monday. That's all I know. And it turns out that Doug filed an affidavit yesterday. Do you guys want me to show it? Let's see. Is it here? Let me just, okay. Fulton County, where are you? Okay, let me just pull it up because I don't even know if I downloaded it, to be quite honest. I probably did because I do pretty much save everything, but I don't know, y'all. So Joe filed an affidavit and I didn't know anything about it. I'm going to be honest because I can't remember how much I was paying for Research Georgia, but it might be like 200 or 2, I don't know. It was something. I have to go back and see. When we were getting lots and lots of documents dropped on a regular basis, it made sense, and it made sense. If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense, especially when you're making like a business decision. And there's other subscriptions that I have that I rely on for my channel that make dollars, so it makes sense. Research Georgia wasn't making me any dollars, so it didn't make me any sense because I really had it because Nesto had so much going on that it just made sense to have the alerts because y'all want to know stuff as soon as it happens. And that, it made sense, right? Once they started dragging their feet, I feel like so whenever it just expired recently, but you know how you go into a subscription that you're not using and you just go ahead and cancel it because it's going to be renewing at some point, and you just have to ride out the year, because I usually just pay for my subscriptions a year in advance, right? And I just knew like nothing's really happening, so I canceled it. I can still get in there, but I can't set any alerts unless I pay for my subscription. So, one of you guys brought it to my attention that something had dropped because I kind of got out of the habit of checking the docket every day because, again, nothing's going on, right? Anyway, let's get into this. It's really a nothing document. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not like it's, oh my God, this is such interesting reading. It's just what was interesting is what we ended up looking up afterwards. Because I was like, why in the world are they subpoenaing Sandy Springs, right? Can y'all can't see this yet. Uh okay. So these were a couple of things that I noticed. Number one, it didn't have a clerk stamp on it, which doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it wasn't clocked in by the clerk. So I don't know what was up with that. It wasn't clocked in by the clerk, but it was posted on the 7th. It was put onto the docket on the 7th. And Basically, it states, and this is the investigator Douglas J. So J for what? Joseph, Joe. I, Douglas J. Bilal, make the following statement under penalty of perjury. I am an investigator with the Georgia Public Defenders Council, Specialized Case Unit. I was directed to serve a production of evidence subpoena to the following agency: Sandy Springs Police Department. On August 7th, 2026, I went to Morgan Falls Road in Sandy Springs and personally served the Sandy Springs Police Department through records clerk Tarto, who voluntarily accepted on behalf of the agency, Doug Bilal, and it was notarized by Armisha Willie Adams, okay, of Fulton County, Georgia, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Stamp good until till it's not. No, I'm just kidding. Till March 13th, 2027. Let me download this doc just in case we need it in the future. Okay. Now, friend, what's the big deal? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. This is what it says. It says, I was directed to serve a production of evidence. So the defense team served a subpoena, because who has subpoena power? The prosecution and the defense. That's part of your privilege as taking your case to court, right? Is that you have subpoena power. Thank you. Hey, Dr. Lily, how are you, baby? How are you, queen? Okay. Welcome to all of the queens in the chat, all of the queens and kings. Okay. All the kings and queens, welcome, 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 welcome. I appreciate y'all so much. Bougie gang is in the house. So it just got me thinking, like, okay, now why? What is going on here? All right. Because we really don't know. We just know that they're requesting some sort of evidence, they're requesting some sort of information, and he hand delivered it to Sandy Springs. They service a production of evidence. Now, production of evidence could be they want evidence that is in the possession of Sandy Springs. They need copies. They need anything. So I was like, well, what happened in Sandy Springs? I had to refresh my memory. Okay. I had to refresh my, because I was like, girl, we have been covering this case for over 3 years now. Nesto has been in jail for 4 years, and we have been covering this case for at minimum 3 years. It's been over 3 years. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah. Let me see. What is this? Girl. Okay. Let me see. The main document that I felt like gave us some information. Hold on. All right, let me pull it up this way. So what I did was I just went to my files, and I just started searching Sandy Springs to see if there was anything on any of the documents in my possession that I don't know, that would just kind of jump out and give us any kind of anything. Let me see. Is this it? Or what is this? Oh, okay. It seems like a lot of things. It seems like there were some things to occur in Sandy Springs. Specifically, one thing that jumped out at me was when he spoke with a detective. So Nesto spoke with a detective um, from Sandy Springs. Okay. Now, I don't know if this is the reason or not. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay. Um, let's see. But when I searched my files, let's see if this is this not gonna come up now? Let's see. Okay. So the first thing that came up, can y'all see this? The first thing when I searched Sandy Springs, one of the first things that came up was when Regina Delaney, as you can see, Act 30, Act 30 but it was Act 32 that came up. But Act 32 comes from Act 30 and 31. Can y'all see this? Because I can't see y'all right now. Just a second. Let me close because y'all, I literally have 92 windows open on one screen. Um, okay. Can y'all can see. Okay. Um okay. Okay, so here we go. It says on or about March 24th. Now I don't know if this is the reason why they subpoenaed Sandy Springs, but it's a start, right? They wanted production of what did they want? Girl, what was the words? They wanted production of evidence subpoena. So they wanted them to produce some evidence that Sandy Springs. So Sandy Springs has something in their possession that Hoover thinks he needs, right? Okay. Okay. Um Now what could it be? So I did a search of the documents I have and I searched Sandy Springs and this is what came up. Act 32 says on or about March 24th, 2021, Ernest Williams solicited and coerced Erica King to commit a felony offense, which Erica did. This is the indictment. Erica King did what? She pled guilty, did she not? Erica King is right now a convicted what? Felon. She pled guilty to what? A host of felonies that include your boy, Ernest Williams, right? So I was like, okay, well, maybe we're on to something here. Hold on. I mean, we're not going to know until they tell it. So I'm just speculating because far be it from me to spread misinformation. We're just researching and we're just trying to figure it out. Okay. Um, but they say that he coerced Erica King to commit a felony offense of false statements and writings in violation of OCGA 161020 in Fulton County, Georgia, by knowingly and willfully making the false statements to who? Sandy Springs Police Department. Okay. Detective Tomlin that King, who pled guilty, was an attorney by the name of who? April Holloway. Okay. Nesto spoke to who? Detective Tomlin. Where? Sandy Springs. Okay. About who? Erica King. Who did what? Pled guilty. For what? Representing him as a lawyer in a criminal case. Well, in a civil case, because he took that lady's Harley Davidson, right? He took that lady, Regina Delaney's Harley Davidson. So when she couldn't get anywhere in her civil, what did she do? She filed theft by taking, right? So Detective Tomlin contacted Ernest Williams, and they said he made false statements in writings that someone by the name of Erica King, who was representing herself as April Holloway, was his attorney. Okay. He knowingly and willfully made false statements to Sandy Springs Police Department Detective I. Tomlin that King was attorney April Holloway and that King was an attorney who lawfully represented Ernest Williams during a criminal investigation being conducted by Tomlin. Said statements being within the jurisdiction of Sandy Springs Police Department, the Department of the Government of Sandy Springs, Georgia. This was an act of racketeering activity. Who is Regina Delaney, you may ask? Which I just mentioned it, but in case you did not know, Nesto, Ernest Williams, on March 15th, committed a felony offense of theft by taking in violation of OCGA 1682 in Fulton County, Georgia, by unlawfully taking a 2020 Harley Davidson FLTRXS vehicle, the property of Regina Delaney, the value that exceeded $24,999.99 with the intention of depriving said owner of property. This was an act of racketeering. On March 15th, he committed a felony offense of theft by taking when he took her Big Tex trailer. Okay. At least 5,000, but less than 25. The same person, Regina Delaney. So the police officer was doing what? Investigating. And he said that Nesto made false statements in writings because he told him that he had a lawyer named April Holloway, who was who? Erica King in disguise. Okay. Erica King with the shits. Okay. Now, is that what they are looking for? I don't know. I'm sure on the document that they provided, they asked specifically for what they wanted. But in all of our documents, I did a search for Sandy Springs and I wanted to see what came up. What happened in Sandy Springs? What can we try to figure out on our own? And this is one of the things that I came up with was that Nesto did actually have a conversation with a detective in Sandy Springs about one of the items that's actually on his RICO. And it's a offense that includes his co-defendant who already pled guilty. Okay. Who already pled guilty. And this situation right here has nothing to do with anybody but him. Because why would Erica King just off the street one day just decide to be a lawyer and represent him in a situation where he's got somebody's actual property? Okay? Why would Erica King just wake up one day and say, "You know what? Today's a good day to impersonate a lawyer." Okay? On or about March 24th, solicited and coerced Erica King to commit a felony offense of identity fraud in Fulton County, Georgia, and willfully, fraudulently, without authorization and consent, using the name of attorney April Holloway, identifying information concerning a person by falsely representing to Sandy Springs Police Department Detective Tomlin in a three-way phone conversation with Ernest Williams that King was attorney April Holloway while purporting to represent Ernest Williams during a criminal investigation being conducted by Tomlin. This was an act of racketeering. On April 1st, known as April Fool's Day, okay, On April Fool's Day, 2021, Ernest Williams solicited Erica King to what? Commit a felony offense of what? Identity fraud. To do what? Willfully and fraudulently without authorization and consent, use the name of who? April Holloway, a real attorney, identifying information to falsely represent herself to Sandy Springs Police Department. To who? Detective Tomlin. In what? A one-on-one phone conversation where King was attorney April Holloway purporting herself to represent Ernest during a criminal investigation. Okay, so that's again. Okay. I think the second one is a repeat on that again. Let me see if I can pull this up. Okay. And Erica. Okay, so count 17 of 39. The grand jury says that they committed it was a conspiracy to commit unauthorized practice of law when who? Erica King, a person not duly licensed as an attorney to hold herself out to Sandy Springs Detective Tomlin as being entitled to practice law and to render legal services during a criminal investigation being conducted by Tomlin, and Erica King, a person not duly licensed, did hold herself out to Sandy Springs Detective Tomlin being in so and all of that was in who? The interest of Ernest Williams, who is sitting with all those felonies today, right? um let's see. So I don't know if that's what they're getting, but I'm just wondering if there's video. I would imagine that there's some sort of video or audio. um Count 19 was the same thing. Ernest and Erica was attorney April Holloway purporting herself to represent Nesto. Okay. Identity fraud. Okay. Let me do this. Let me look up Tomlin in my, see if we can find uh the affidavit. Let's see. Ooh, guilty plea transcript. Not the guilty plea transcript. Hold on. That must be Erica King. Okay, that's the indictment. State's response. What is this? The state's response to defendant's supplemental brief. I wonder what this is. All right. Okay, let's see. All right, so this is Ernest Williams' response, fruit of the poisonous tree brief. This was something Big Who wrote. This is something Big Who wrote. And like I said, I did a search for Detective Tomlin and 6 documents showed up. A couple of our dupes. Erica King's guilty plea. The criminal indictment, which we just looked at, the state's response, and then this document here. Let's see what this says. Okay. Hold on. Mrs. Delaney purchased a 2021 Big Tex trailer. We're just going to skip to some of these parts. On March 15th, 2021, more than a year before the seizure of the F-350, Mrs. Delaney reported to Sandy Springs Police Department that defendant had stolen her motorcycle. and trailer, Exhibit Q. Okay. Sandy Springs Police Report 2021 002616. Miss Delaney told the police that the defendant called her on November 7th, 2020, while she was in the hospital after a car accident and falsely stated that her apartment leasing office contacted him and told him to remove the motorcycle and trailer, which was all a lie, right? Um, Let's scroll down. We've read all of this into our records, so there's videos for all of this. I'm sure we read this. This is the one that's 277 pages, you guys. I think it took us like 2 days to read this whole document. After Miss Delaney initial police report filed, SSPD, which is what? Sandy Springs Police Department, Detective Isaiah Tomlin was assigned to investigate the case. During the course of the investigation, Detective Tomlin advised Ms. Delaney would need to send a demand letter to the defendant instructing him to return the motorcycle, which I'm sure she did. On March 24th, Detective Tomlin received a phone call from the defendant and an individual purporting to be attorney April Holloway, SSPD number, and they filed it under 2021 002616. Sonia, if you're in the back, go ahead and hit the thumbs up, please. Unknown to Detective Tomlin, the individual purporting to be Attorney Holloway was actually Erica Kang, okay? The defendant's accomplice in several related crimes. Miss King has since pled guilty to conspiracy to commit unauthorized practice of law, filing false documents, identity fraud, and making false statements for conspiring with the defendant to assume the identities of an attorney, April Holloway, and several other attorneys, okay, including Nicole Mormon, Nicholas Benzine. Shall I go on? Y'all, we've only been covering this case for 3 years. Like, we just, girl, so much information. I mean, where do we start? That is hilarious. Okay, so do you guys think that that's what they were subpoena? Now, why would Hoover subpoena these records? Why do you think? Do you think Hoover is finally putting in some work? My thought the other day when we were talking yesterday, actually, was that maybe Hoover is preparing for a come to Jesus moment with Nesto, that it's time to log out. It's time to log out. There's time to log off. Erica had nothing to gain. Maybe some coins, but let's not talk about what Erica had to gain. Erica might have gotten paid. That's what she had to gain. But who really had something to gain by her pretending to be an attorney? It was Nesto, because it wasn't like they just went playing around town. She was actually talking to the detective regarding a legal matter that he was on the hook for, a theft, right? So what Erica had to gain, and I'm going to make y'all laugh, Nesto's gain supersedes Erica's gain, because the matter at hand was really regarding Nesto. The product of her regarding, representing Nesto would have been, she probably would have got paid a few dollars, right? Only thing that she would get out of representing Nesto would be some coin. Nesto needed a lawyer that clearly he didn't want to have to pay for. Absolutely. So yeah, I just want to clear that up. Woman he chose. Yes, because everyone, we know everyone here has not been here forever. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to make that crystal clear. So Miss King has since pled guilty, right? I don't know. Do you guys think that he's looking for video? Do you think he's looking for transcripts? Do you think that he could be looking for anything else from Sandy Springs? I almost feel like the conspiracy, when Nesto and Erica got together and devised this plan, Nesto starts singing Take Me to the Water. What? Do you think that Hoover might just be like, you know what? You said he doesn't know. He doesn't know what? What do you think he doesn't know? That he doesn't know that Nesto is dirty with it? But the conspiracy against Miss Delaney didn't stop on January 11th, 2021. Prior to making the report, Sandy Springs Police Department, Miss Delaney filed a warrant application against the defendant in Fulton County. Okay. Um, Magistrate court for stealing her motorcycle and trailer. The warrant application affidavit, Miss King once again falsely using the identity of attorney April Holloway, filed a notice of appearance in the case. February 7, 2022. So it wasn't just the rental properties, baby. It was the stealing of motorcycles. He had King running all around town pretending for him. So it's not even like it was just a one-time occurrence, you know. This was he had Erica out here. He had Erica out here doing all this nasty business. Nesto was probably lied to Nesto has probably lied to Hoover about, he said in the interview. So Hoover wants to get the transcript so he can figure out what's going on. I have traffic court on Wednesday, and Erica Holloway is booked and busy. Damn. Okay. Okay. That makes the most sense because Nesto is not participating in his own defense. So Hoover isn't just researching I guess that is researching the case. I think Hoover is probably having to just pull this. Wasn't that not in the discovery? Good question. One eccentric. This is what I thought. Now, maybe. I don't know if the transcripts were there. We don't know if there was recording or video. We don't know if that was in Erica King's discovery because Nesto wouldn't have Erica King's discovery. But I guess wouldn't it be in the discovery of the conspiracy? Maybe there's just some elements that weren't in there. Remember, Wooten said that there was so much evidence. Okay, let's look at Exhibit U. Hold on a second. Exhibit U. Let's see. Exhibit U. Okay, that can't be it. Okay, hold on. Remember, this is the one where he dropped the mother load of receipts. Oh, y'all. Oh, that's what moves on. Okay, hold on. Okay, Exhibit M. Okay, we're gonna need to go down a little bit more. Okay. I feel like we went through the most of this, but we didn't. There was some stuff we just ended up not getting to. We'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I know it's going to be so disappointing, and don't take my words cuz I don't know, but I almost oh yeah, this oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hold on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is so embarrassing. Hoover, did you Big Who? Have you seen this? Is this what you wanted from Sandy Springs? Okay. I don't know. Is this what you wanted? I'm not sure. Is this what you wanted? Oh my God. I had to cuz When you guys literally, when you guys ask me a question, I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I don't always, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't always know all the answers, but baby, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do the research. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Why not? Uh-oh. Is this when she wrote the letter? Ooh. Okay, hold on. Let's go to exhibit U. Okay. Is this it? Baby. Okay, hold on. Or you guys want me to go through these receipts? And we love, oh, thank you, West Side. I mean, when you like, we talk about stuff and it is very thought provoking. So sometimes I'm just like, I got to start searching. Okay, here's exhibit U. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. Exhibit U. So this is from April Holloway at the fictitious firm of Goldberg Sutton. Remember, Goldberg Sutton did not exist. William Tomlin. Good afternoon, Detective Tomlin. Per your request, I have attached a letter of response written on behalf of Ernest Williams. The links below also contain video and photo evidence of Mr. Williams' claims. Baby, that's what they want. That's it right there. Erica King sent video that Nesto probably gave her. I don't know. I think Hoover needs to have a long talk with his client because that man is a fool and maybe he didn't really realize it. Because I'm going to be honest with you, and I could be wrong. Again, far be it from me to put out false information. I know that Hoover is busy. All jokes aside, I think Hoover's very busy. That being said, I think he does his homework when it's time that he has to do. You know how some people cram for the test the night before? I think Hoover is a cram for the test the night before type of dude. And I don't know what that man does, but baby, according to this email, your fake lawyer, Erica King, sent the detective at Sandy Springs from her fake law firm, from her identity thefted attorney, April Holloway, sent links to videos and photos that Mr. Williams says are his property. Okay. I bet you that's some of what I wonder if that's what's being subpoenaed. Now, wouldn't that be with the discovery? I don't know what was with Erica King's discovery. We can go look. We'll look and see what in the Sandy Springs was in her discovery packet versus Nesto's discovery packet. But for him to keep saying he doesn't know why that lady pretended to be a lawyer, it's because you asked her to be. April Holloway, video links, Regina Delaney, Williams videos shared to a Dropbox. Okay, hopefully they're still there. Video links. And it clearly states that this communication is from a debt collector and is an attempt to collect debt of any. She had herself really looking like she was set up for something. Okay. April Holloway. Please excuse my typos in my last message. I apologize. I'm rushing out of the office. Here are the time-stamped messages that I have available to be now. Hi, detective. Here are the timestamps messages that I have available. Um, Per your request, I have attached the letter of response on behalf of Mr. Ernest Williams. The links below also contain video and photo evidence of Mr. Williams' claims. I can't, did Sonia ever read this? Hello, Mr. Tomlin. Please see attached. Miss Delaney is posting messages via Instagram directed at Mr. Williams and his spouse, making inflamed accusations. In these messages, she is also tagging a major blog and media. Oh my God. I wish I knew Regina Delaney's social media. So what was she tagging Shade Room or something? Hold on. So Regina Delaney was in Instagram making accusations and she was tagging the Williams and hold on. Let's see if we can. Regina. D-E. Okay. Delaney. Okay. Nope, that's not her. Maybe they'll have something in here that says what her Instagram is. Timestamps and screenshots. This clown provided all of this. They thought Detective Tomlin was dumb. Per your request, I attached. Okay. This all seems like it's all the same thing. Ernesto had items and was paying monthly payments. A deposit in order from him to keep it something. I can't read her handwriting. It's my bike and my trailer, and he has refused to something. I guess that's when she filled out her police report. Okay, let's see. What could we search? Let's see. Let's just go back to SSPD. SSPD, she told the defendant she was in the hospital. So Isaiah Tomlin was assigned to the case. Detective Tomlin, individual. Okay, so Erica King came forward. On March 25th, Miss King sent a letter to Detective Tomlin on behalf of the defendant using a fraudulent law firm letterhead, Goldberg Sutton. Miss Holloway's identity included patently false and defamatory statements about Miss Delaney. See Exhibit T. We need to go to Exhibit T. They said she included patently false and defamatory statements about Miss Delaney. We just looked at Exhibit U. Oh, okay. Let's go back. Oh, it's too back too far. That's Erica King's guilty plea. Okay. Goldberg Sutton letter. Detective Tomlin, Sandy Springs Police Department. Dear Detective Tomlin, I'm writing you on behalf of Ernest Williams regarding the dispute between Mr. Williams and Regina Delaney. We appreciate your persistence in to contact Mr. Williams and to make him aware of the accusations. So when Sonia asked who would get a fake lawyer, somebody who's lying. Regina Delaney was in the hospital. Nesto stole her bikes. Why would Nesto, Sonia, go to a real lawyer when he is covering up for the fact that he stole somebody's property? Who's going to go to a real lawyer and pay for a real lawyer when you are real fucked up? Okay? When you are committing a fraud and you are thieving from somebody. So why would he go to a fake lawyer? Because that's all he could do. You said your man at Ponytail. Stop it. I'm writing you on behalf of Mr. Ernest Williams regarding the dispute. So this is what we're going to do. Let me just do a little housekeeping item real quick. We were going to talk about some other topics. We're just going to leave this as a standalone Nesto. And then once we finish this up, we'll come back and do the other hot topics because we're going so long. We'll just leave this as a pre-Nesto has court tomorrow video. And also, why did Doug send a subpoena, or why did Hoover send a subpoena to Sandy Springs, and what do they need from Sandy Springs? We don't really know, but what in the Sandy Springs occurred? Well, so far we came up with this, that Nesto had communication. Thank you for the marshmallow, baby. We know that Nesto had communication directly with a detective, and he looped in his fake attorney, Erica King, and Erica King already pled guilty to a host of items. My Thai Chick-fil-A girl, thank you so much. Um, thank you so much, y'all. Okay, let's see. Woman he chose. Thank you, baby, for the jewels. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's read this letter. I am writing you on behalf of Mr. Ernest Williams in regarding a dispute between Williams and Regina Delaney. We are appreciative of your persistence to contact Mr. Williams to make him aware of the accusations made against him by Regina Delaney. Per our conversation yesterday, my office is sending over information detailing Mr. Williams' 2020 affair. Mr. Williams' 2020 affair detailing, girl, I'm trying to wait a second. Per our conversation on yesterday, my office is sending over information detailing Mr. Williams' 2020 affair, Regina Delaney. Can y'all see this? I am sending over this information confidentially regarding the 2020 Harley Davidson. According to Mr. Williams, he and Miss Delaney had a personal relationship with business intertwined, which was short lived, leading to their now civil dispute regarding the property. On several occasions, Mr. Williams physically returned the motorcycle and trailer to Miss Delaney. He stated that Ms. Delaney begged him to accept the bike back and urged him not leave it at her place of residence. Since that time, Mr. Williams has had the motorcycle and trailer in his possession at all his expense. Mr. Williams is wanting the money that he has paid to cover the Harley's monthly payments, expenses, insurance, as well as upgrades that he has installed on the motorcycle. Once Mr. Williams gave Miss Delaney a demand to return his money, she has sought out Sandy Springs police to intervene. Is this dispute between the two parties? Like, look, I know anybody can make errors, but okay. On several recent occasions, Miss Delaney has shown up to Mr. Williams' place of business in the Buckhead community, dressed in all black, acting irrational. The criminal record of Miss Delaney has also been brought to Mr. Williams' attention. Mr. Williams is a community businessman and would rather not be friends with someone who has recent criminal history of who has recent history of criminal activity. Can you believe the damn nerve of this clown? This correspondence also includes video and photo evidence of Mr. Williams' account of the matter, not that he gave a statement. Did she make him sit down? Did Erica King have him sit down and do a video to explain his relationship with Regina Delaney? This correspondence also includes video and photo evidence of Mr. Williams' account of the matter. So he gave a, oh God, oh God. Do you think he's going to really let all of this come out in court when he says, I don't know them folks, and they pull up the video, they pull up these letters, they pull up these videos and all of this foolishness? Do you think that he's going to let it go this far? I mean, he's let it go this far. Is he going to let it go that far? Girl. If you have any further questions or need or are in need of any further information, please feel free to contact me. He said they had an affair in 2020. Mm-mm-mm. Wow. 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 Mm. Okay, let's go back to Sandy Springs and see if there's anything else. Okay. Um but the conspiracy, okay. All right, that's we read that. This okay, see Exhibit X, screen captures of hearing on February 7th. Miss Delaney's warrant application was untimely denied, but after the defendant and his accomplice committed fraud against Miss Delaney, the Sandy Springs Police Department and Fulton County Magistrate's Office. Exhibit X are the screen captures. So those must be the pictures of Nesto and damn Erica King. You want to see him again for old time's sake? Mm-mm-mm. That's those got to be the screen captures. Regina advised, okay, let's see this. Regina advised that her Harley Davidson motorcycle was taken on November 7th, 2020. While she was in the hospital, she was then advised that the motorcycle was on trailer, 14-foot trailer, with a lock on the hitch of the trailer. Regina then advised that it was taken by a salon business partner and a friend by the name of Ernesto Williams, who was 5'10", black male who lived at blank. Regina advised that Ernesto called her on 11/7/2020 while she was in the hospital, claiming her leasing office called her to remove the trailer. Blase, 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 blase. She was not able to give the exact hour it occurred. Regina advised that she tried to get the motorcycle and trailer back from him in February 2021, but he refused. Regina then advised that March 12th, he showed up to her apartment with the motorcycle and trailer, which was the last time she physically saw her belongings, and told her that she could only have the motorcycle and trailer if she paid him $20,000. Regina advised that she refused, and he drove off with the trailer and the motorcycle. I was not able to identify Ernesto Williams through GCIC because it's not Ernesto, it's Ernest with an A Williams. So he couldn't find him in GCIC. I also tried to contact the number provided for Ernesto, but was unable to make contact. Regina was given a case number and victim right card due to not being able to confirm or receive a statement from the suspect. No warrant was issued. Da 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 da. Okay. Uh, On March 16th, 21, I contacted the manager at Arabelle Perimeter Apartments, which is located at blank. The manager advised that the complex had only ever had one vehicle towed from the location and that they typically never make these type of calls. When they do, they use a company called A Towing, which is the same company used by the police department. The manager knew who Delaney was and added that she presented false information on her rental paperwork. Girl, the plot thickens, and that she had been renting the apartment under the name of Crystal Flowers. Oh, okay. From the conversation, I understood that the property had Delaney evicted for using a fraudulent name. I received the body camera footage of Officer Laura from when he met with Delaney to make the initial report. In that video, Delaney claimed that the suspect bought the motorcycle back to her on the trailer and that he wanted $20,000. Before he would give it back, Delaney claimed that he then drove away from the area and attempted to make contact with Delaney, but she did not answer and left a voicemail requesting a callback. I requested assistance with reviewing the traffic cameras in the area of Peachtree, Dunwoody Road, and Hammond. Sandy Springs Police Department GIS analyst Bryant stated that she viewed the cameras and the nearby intersection and that she never saw a truck and motorcycle and trailer come through the area at 1900 2000 hours. I later made a copy of the footage in these cameras for similar time period and added them to the case file. I made contact with Delaney. Delaney began explaining that she had originally purchased a Can-Am Riker, a Harley Davidson, at the same time, August 2nd, 2020. Delaney stated that she had a bad accident on the Riker and caused to be hospitalized. The report of this using law enforcement database, I saw the report of the accident was made on 8/9/2020. Delaney stated that this occurred on August 8th, and the wreck, Delaney stated that she was in a wheelchair and was not completely mobile at the time. In November 2020, she had been contacted by her leasing office. In November 2020, she had been contacted by her leasing office and was informed that they needed her to move the trailer and motorcycle to a different part of the parking deck due to it being in the way of traffic instead of the parking deck. Delaney stated that she texted Williams on the 7th, 2020, and mentioned that to him, and she would like him to move the trailer for her, but he was not able to do it on that day that she requested. Williams contacted her later on in the week while she was at the Grady Hospital and said that a member of the maintenance crew on the at the apartment complex had asked him to come and remove the trailer. Why would they call him? So was he over there knocking the boots for real? Williams informed Delaney that he transported the trailer to his own home. Delaney then asked Williams to bring her trailer back to her residence, but he did not, and an argument ensued. Delaney continued to contact Williams about the motorcycle. So this is the backstory to the motorcycle. Delaney continued to contact Williams about the motorcycle on the trail. I feel like we read this before, maybe a couple of years ago, but it's been a minute. Hey, kitten. Um, this is a mess. Okay. I feel like this is posted in Patreon. So if you're a patron, you've already got access to this. In February 2021, Delaney stated that Williams had moved forward with the salon business and advised that they were going to start together. Delaney stated that Williams had moved forward with a salon business that he advised they were going to start together, and she confronted him about the issue. Delaney also spoke with him about returning $10,000 that she had given him in order to start the business. Delaney continued to attempt to make contact with Williams through multiple means. Delaney stated that she had begun threatening Williams with reporting the motorcycle as stolen in December and hoped that this would eventually cause him to bring the motorcycle and trailer back. Delaney reported that on March 12, 2021, Williams came to meet her at the apartment complex and that he had the motorcycle and the trailer attached to the rear of his white dually truck. Oh, the F-350, right? Was he on the lease too? Well, I don't know, but the lease was in a fictitious name, Crystal Flowers. So it didn't say. It didn't say. All it said was that it was Crystal Flowers and that wasn't her. Um Oh, I'm getting tired, y'all. This is a lot. Oh, look, Metro PCS. On March 18th, I researched the phone number on the law enforcement database and saw that it was serviced by Metro PCS. Remember Nesto's little friends at the Metro PCS office? And was under the name of Buckhead Nesto. I'm done, y'all. Y'all, he had his phone under name Buckhead Nesto. Hold on. Baby. Is that it? Wait, hold on. We get into the Steve Harvey morning show now. Hold on. I asked Delaney for as much information as she could obtain on Ernesto Williams. Delaney described Williams as being around 5'10, 5'11, medium build, salt and pepper hair, beard, brown skin, brown eyes. Delaney reported that he was born on blank and that he lived at blank. Delaney stated that she had phone numbers of blank and blank for him. Delaney also reported that Williams is married to Shirley Strawberry, who's also a co-host on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Delaney also reported that Williams had a yellow Hummer and that he had an Instagram of Nesto's Buckhead and that his wife's Instagram was My Girl Shirley. I later located these accounts on Instagram. Delaney said that Williams lived in Los Angeles for some time, but she did not know what state was considered his residence. Delaney also mentioned that she met him due to his ex-wife telling her that he was in Atlanta area and was looking for salon business partners. So you met him through the ex-wife. Okay. Oh, here's the Nesto's. This is the Buckhead Nesto Metro PCS phone. I called the number and the call went straight to voicemail. I did not leave a voicemail. I requested assistance of intelligence analyst Getz. I provided Getz with the information that I had on Williams and was able to discover the most likely identification for Williams and for Strawberry. On 3/19, I began researching Williams further and noted that he had made multiple transactions at pawn shops. With the most recent being on 125/21, the phone number listed on the receipt from the pawn shop documented on Leads Online. I wonder if that's where he got the porno computer. Stated that he had provided the phone number blank. I called the number, but no one answered. So he can prove where he got that computer from. So pawn shop receipts, what we're knowing now is that they put them into a database, probably for stolen items, right? I stated that he had provided a phone number. I called the number, but no one answered. I left a voicemail requesting a callback. I contacted Delaney again, and Delaney wasn't clean because they already knew that she used a fake name to rent an apartment. So she's kind of a little bit, she obviously has her issues, but people can be wrong and someone be wronger. I also contacted Delaney again on this date at around 1717. Delaney stated that she had tried to send me documentation for the trailer, but it was not sending to my email. Then emailed Delaney and she was able to respond with the pictures and documentation of the trailer. I don't know if I mean I would imagine that some of this stuff would be in the discovery, the big text trailer, the motorcycle. Delaney also sent some messages between her and Williams. I began to inform Delaney that she would need to take one more step before the items could be added to GCIC and NCIC system. And she began questioning why. I notified Delaney that I believe this step was required due to her telling me the day before that she had arranged for him to come to her apartment complex and move the trailer into a different area of the parking deck. Delaney began saying that she had not said that to me and that she had never wanted him to come and move the trailer. I informed Delaney that I would contact her again. I then reviewed my recorded conversation with Delaney from the day before, and I noted that she had stated to me I had made mention to him that I was going to have him come over and move it for me. So Delaney, not only did Delaney have issues because she rented an apartment under a fake name. She lied to the police officer as well, so that created a problem. And I had noted that I had made the mention, but for whatever reason that day he was going to come move it and he couldn't come back. I looked at the information that Delaney had provided to me on the trailer. The trailer was a 2021 Big Tex, the Georgia license. I searched the license plate, Gentech license plate recognition cameras, and the plate had not been read during the last year. I also did not see any flock license plate cameras read the motorcycle or trailer in the past month. The information I called Regina Delaney back 1843 and informed her that she would need to send Williams a demand letter for the items to be placed in GCIC and NCIC. On 3/2/21, 1310, I received an email from Delaney advising that she had sent the demand letter and the pictures of the letter were also provided. I mean, I don't know where all of this is during the conversation. Girl, he talked to Strawberry on 3/24/21 at around 14:43. Detective Sutton and I responded to at location. We made contact with Ms. Strawberry. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I asked if I would be able to speak with Williams, but she stated that he was not there. Strawberry then called Williams. I asked Strawberry if I could get Williams' phone number from her, but she did not provide it to me. I provided a contact card with my information to Strawberry, and she stated that she would have Williams contact me. During my conversation with Strawberry, I asked if Williams drove a white truck. She confirmed that he did. I asked if she knew about Regina Delaney. She stated she did not. Strawberry stated that she and Williams generally do not discuss any of their business arrangements with other people. Wait, Shirley stated that she and Williams generally do not discuss any of their business arrangements with each other. Excuse me. Strawberry also confirmed that Williams owns Nesto's in Buckhead and she said that it was not even open as of this time. Uh-oh. Y'all, this is extensive. So, to the question, wouldn't this be in Nesto's discovery? I would think so, but I don't know. Oh my god. Let's skim a little bit. I feel like Delaney ended up getting in trouble for lying to the police officer. I received a call back from Holloway and she advised that she had information that she needed from Nesto, from Williams. My eye is itching. Oh my god. Y'all, my bad, y'all. 4521 at around 1344, 1356 hours, I received two emails from Holloway. The emails included Dropbox links for videos and screenshots. I wonder if those are in here. Uh, let's see. Y'all, on 4/14/2021, I presented the facts and circumstances involving this investigation before Sandy Springs Municipal Court Judge Howard. Judge Howard saw probable cause to issue two warrants for damn Regina Delaney. Okay. The warrants for false statements to the police. You mess around with Nesto, you're going to end up catching a case, period. Nesto is not someone to deal with at all. Um, with the above information in mind, this case will be charged to false representation to the police. I plan to go forward with obtaining criminal charges against Delaney for reporting the theft of the motorcycle and trailer. I don't know that Regina Delaney ended up getting in trouble. I feel like there may have been a little bit more to this story, but I don't know that she was ever really prosecuted for this. I feel like because you see how Will said that there were some patent lies and defamatory statements. I think where she messed up was that she didn't disclose that she asked Nesto to move the trailer and they took that as a lie and went with it. But I don't know that she meant any harm. But at the end of the day, I mean, just tell the truth, right? Earlier on today's date, I conducted a check on the location observed both Delaney's vehicles there and then conducted a knock and talk, but received no answer. I returned to the location and positioned my patrol car. I observed Delaney driving inside the gate. I proceeded to follow behind her where I positioned my patrol car. I advised Delaney that she had two active warrants with Sandy Springs and requested her to exit her vehicle. I followed Delaney to give her property to her daughter, placed Delaney in handcuffs behind her back, double locked. Girl. I released Delaney into the custody of the on-scene deputies without incident. Nothing further occurred. Can you imagine? Wow. Mm. What was Exhibit S? Oh, that was the letter. Okay. Erica King's negotiated plea. There's T. We looked at that. We looked at you. I want to know where these pictures are. We looked at those emails. All right, what else is at Sandy Springs? Okay, let's see. 1819. Okay. Screenshots. Let's see. Oh, I wish we could see those pictures. April Holloway's name shows up 24 times. All right. Anyway, okay, let's just I don't know. You guys, let me read the chat because I haven't been able to look at the chat this whole time, you guys. Okay, what's going on here? Why do you guys think? Thank you for anything anyone sent since I've was on the other screen. Mai Tai, thank you, Boo, for 29 months. Thank you, Chick-fil-A girl. Thank you, Mai Tai. And thank you, Woman He Chose. Thank you, baby. And Miss Mad About Music. What's going on here, guys? Does any of that so I mean, look, we could be far off, we could be hitting the nail on the head. Like I said, if you are just getting here, friend, why are we going over this again? Because Doug submitted a subpoena to the Sandy Springs Police Department asking for evidence. Now, what evidence is that? Now, keep in mind when the prosecution has their list of discovery, I could be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong. Um, they're submitting what they pulled for evidence, right? What they're using for their case, right? Anything they're submitting whatever they have, whether they're using it or not. We don't know if they pulled everything. Remember, Will said he had so much evidence. He said he almost had too much evidence. Remember, he said that once upon a time in a document. He he said you can't be mad at me because I got too much evidence. Okay. So we don't know what they have, what they pulled, what they recorded. I almost feel like on some of those discovery documentations, I should be able to look at those to see was there anything from Sandy Springs, but they want something from Sandy Springs. Now, when you look at the just the random things we read, because we did kind of gloss over some things, but I feel like we read this whole entire document once upon a time, like a year or so ago. So I'll bubble up the video. And I feel like it was a good one too. I feel like we had a lot of fun and read through the whole thing, 277 pages, right? Um, I don't think it helps his case at all. This is my point. This is what I said earlier, Dre's runt over Crocs. He's subpoenaing the information. Why? Because maybe him and Hoover need to have a conversation. Why does that help his case? Anything from Sandy? I don't know what they could be pulling from Sandy Springs, but what we know that it is available in Sandy Springs does not help his case at all. What would potentially help what his lawyer could be pulling it for is maybe now he's finally researching Nesto's case and finding out that his client is a liar. Maybe he wants to try to use Regina Delaney as some sort of a scapegoat because Regina Delaney did lie. Now, did Regina get prosecuted? We don't really know. We don't know what happened to Regina Delaney. Well, he was on a paper, Jay Vickers. Yeah. You know, people work for the state for 25 years. He might like his good state job. Yeah, we went through the whole document. That's why I just kind of went and skimmed through basically for what we were looking for. Um, I don't know, but it's interesting, right? Tomorrow, Nesto has court. Because for some of you guys who are asking, does Nesto have court? Y'all, the last 4 thumbnails have Nesto on them, and they don't have Nesto on them for no good reason. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all watch the videos, okay? If you guys are keeping up, you would know that Nesto has court tomorrow because, girl, we've been talking about Hoover. Hoover had the damn double murder trial. He got a continuance over there. So what? He could be not because he won't needed to be at court tomorrow, but obviously there's some issues with Sarah Grace Patrick's case. But please watch the videos, y'all, because this stuff does take time and it's exhausting. It's exhausting. It's also exhausting to repeat myself. So I kind of, I'm just gonna like, if you want the details of what we talked about yesterday, just go ahead and hit members. This is Bougie Gang. Y'all can afford $4.99, and plus you'd be helping and supporting your girl. So if you let your membership lapse, baby, there's a reason to go ahead and hit that join button and reactivate your membership. We go live a lot. We talk about a lot. And what we talk about over there doesn't always make it over back to here because it's more casual. It's more casual and we just talking. Does anyone know who may be at court tomorrow outside of IS? I don't know, baby. We know Wooten should be there. We know the prosecutor should be there. Well, Wooten and whoever else he brings. Dunaway, Big Hoover. Are you talking about from the YouTube streets? I don't know. Maybe Joey. I'm going to send a bat signal. Hopefully, Joey, Mr. Leo, Joey, Mr. Leo Sea Dog may be there. I don't know. Somebody who doesn't mind telling us what happened. But yeah, we can't rely on the meddler. The meddler can't really, you know what I mean? She doesn't know how to tell a story, so we don't know. Still around is what I'm surprised. Still around because he works for the public defender's office. That's it. I mean, he's just, I guess he's just doing his job, girl. I'm sure he has plenty of other cases, but yeah, I guess he still works for the public defender. Um, yes, thank you for all you do. The Pete and repeat, girl, it's exhausting. We've been talking about this case for over 3 years. I'm just at the point where y'all, hit the playlist, okay? Hey, Miss Piggy. Hey, Boo Boo. Of course, the legal folks will be there. The legal folks. Okay, you're talking about the folks that have to be there. As far as the YouTube streets are concerned, babe, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I talk to very few people from the YouTube streets, and I don't know that any of them are, you know what I'm saying? Like, who I could say, maybe Joey, because he definitely shows up, and that would be awesome if he does. We had a friend who was there. We had a couple of friends who were there last time. So it's quite possible those friends will be back. Um, yes. I'm going to send a note on I don't know if Dennis is going to be I feel like isn't Dennis in New York or something for Luigi? Luigi, I think does Luigi start tomorrow? He's either going to have to be there in shackles or on Zoom. Dennis, I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not pretending to even know Dennis's schedule, but I feel like the last time I had communication with Dennis, I feel like he was in New York or something. He was somewhere. Maybe wasn't he like at the Met Gala? Am I tripping? I don't remember. I don't know. I don't know that man's schedule. I'm gonna be honest. Let me not even pretend to think I know. But I feel like he might be on assignment or something. He might be out and about. I don't know if he's, what I'm saying. And another true moment is I don't know that Nesto's case is worth traveling for, considering there's always some sort of delay, there's always some sort of cancellation, and people are spending good coin. And unless you know something's happening, it's probably best to not, unless you're local. We love you too, KK Scorpio. Thank you, baby. Me personally, no, I just wouldn't, because by the time you pay for flights or gas and a hotel and some meals, baby, no. Not until it's me personally, it would have to be after jury selection, because baby, I wouldn't want to show up and they're going to go for juries. They got the whole jury pulling up into the parking lot. And then here comes Big Who talking about we're accepting the deal. You know what I'm saying? And then we got to all go out to lunch. I'm going to be honest with you. In my heart, just this last 3 years riding with you guys, because you guys, we have seen and done a lot. We've definitely been covering the Nesto case from top to bottom. We have covered other cases from top to bottom. What case have we covered from top to bottom? Have we actually seen it go to trial? We have been following a shit ton of cases. Have we seen anything that we have been following from the beginning go to court? Have we seen anything? Most of the cases that we watch trial are cases that like we heard of, we may not have been following very much, but girl, it showed up in our feed and it's interesting, we know. Baby, some of these people who are like for real deal guilty, baby, they just want to waste some time over there in the county. I mean, in my heart, I almost feel like Nesto is probably this close to taking a deal. Now, I don't know if that's on everything. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I personally don't know. I'm speculating at this point because the man, look, let's talk about something else. Um and not because I don't want him to go to trial. Of course I want him to go to trial. Girl, that would be damn popcorn TV, okay? But the last document that when Dunaway gave the decision on the demurrers, okay, did we not read the demurrers where when he said that basically, and I'm paraphrasing here because I can go to the document if I need to, basically, the assumption is based on what the judge is seeing, based on the evidence, he's basically saying that, sir's guilty. Did he not? I'm paraphrasing, but let me pull it up so I get all the words right. Because girl, I don't want to be accused by somebody who wears a tight suit of spreading misinformation. Is this it? Girl, that's not it. That's the actual filing of the judge said something that I was like, well, damn, that's not hopeful at all. The judge is declining because he finds reason to think that there's obviously problems here. Okay, let me hold on. I just think that we're at a point right now where people need to stop wasting people's time. And unless, Nesto wants to sit there for much longer, I don't know. Now, as far as the rape case, I don't know. We haven't really been able to get into that because that has been basically on pause because Dunaway acts like he don't want to hear nothing about nothing other than the RICO that has no motion. Okay. Hoover is giving Nesto time to make his mind up to take the damn deal. Hoover does not want to go to trial. No. Let me pull this because the way Dunaway stated something, it just sounded like Dunaway was just like, sir, you're guilty. And and when you look at the demurs or when you look at the motion to suppress evidence, based on those two documents alone, those two decisions, the judge had to make a determination whether the evidence that was submitted, not so much that made sense, but was it valid? So it took forever for the motion to suppress. It took a whole damn year, but they brought Shirley, they brought all kinds of documentation, and he found that there was cause, that there was that these this particular evidence was obtained in fraud, right? Fraud is part of the RICO. If he didn't think that it was obtained in fraud or whatever the other reasons were, he may have considered allowing that evidence to be suppressed. But the fact that they made the determination that these things were obtained in fraud and that he had no rights to them, that's part of the damn RICO. Nesto's screwed to me. I don't know when Hoover is going to have a conversation with that man, but I almost feel like the attention needs to be on that rape case, because the rape case has gotten no play. And that's the one that could send him away for life, right? The RICO, we saw what happened with the Brown case. And I think the max is 15 years or something like that. Isn't it like 15? Well, with an enhancement because he's got the recidivist notice and all that stuff. We don't really know what Dunaway would sentence him to, but all of those charges stacked on each other is still going to be like 15 years. And he's already been in jail for 4 years. Let's see. I'm just not confident that, if I'm being real with you guys, and I'm going to be real with you guys, I just don't feel like, I don't know that we should really get excited for a trial. Maybe it's going to happen. I don't know. I'm not making a prediction. My feelings are, I don't know. I don't know. And I also feel like his resources should be put towards that other case, because that's the case that's been getting no play. But Ernell Winfrey's just sitting there in the cut, probably handling business on other cases and just waiting for her moment, because at the end of the day, that actually might be the case. That might be, even though this case obviously has lots of receipts, lots of evidence, all of the things, but does he even have any time served to that case? I don't even know, girl. Would his time served go to any of the time served credit? Let's say credit, not meaning time served per se, but time served credit. Let me see. Let me just read this again really quick. I just felt like Dunaway's words in this said, "Sir, you're guilty," and the judge thinks you're guilty too. That's just my opinion, okay? Um, hold on. Uh, thank you, hun. Thank you. Thank you, Angel here. I appreciate you, sis. This says, so obviously it's denied. However, in the written filing, defendant urges that count one of the indictment fails to allege the offense and the subject of both general and special demurrers for the following reasons. Defendant's general and special demurrers is hereby denied. And then he goes into reasons why. Um, hold on. Count one and the acts of racketeering set forth in the indictment have, when read together, sufficiently apprise defendant of what he must be prepared to meet with respect to the charge, and show the accuracy to what extent he may plead a former acquittal or conviction. As a result, the indictment allows defendant to prepare his defense intelligently. Accordingly, defendant's special demurrers is hereby denied in sum after careful review of the indictment, considering all arguments made by parties. The court finds count one is capable. Okay. In sum, after careful review of the indictment and considering all arguments made by parties, the court, the judge, finds the count one is capable of supporting a conviction, and therefore defendant has been properly informed of the nature and the cause of the accusations against him. For these reasons, that's not even the one that I was looking for, but Judge Dunaway says, I can see it. Had defendant not waived his rights to be tried on a perfect indictment. Okay. Well, there was a missing of a deadline. There was something in there to the extent that defendants where there was a part that I was just like, ooh. The court finds that the language is consistent and alleges that the facts necessary to establish a violation of the statute. Further, the court finds that taking the facts alleged in the indictment as premises the guilt of defendant for violation of the statute follows as a legal conclusion. I mean, he didn't say he was guilty, but what he said was if the court, that's the judge, finds that taking the facts alleged in, so if I'm looking at the indictment as the premises for this argument, the guilt of the defendant for violation of the statute follows a legal conclusion. Like it just makes sense. Accordingly, the defendant's general demurrer. So if it didn't make sense, then maybe it wouldn't be denied. Like he sees, based on the information at hand and the charges at hand, the information at hand, he says that the guilt of defendant for violation of the RICO statute, which encompasses everything else in the accusation, the guilt of the defendant for the violation of the statute follows a legal conclusion. I mean, that's all but saying that the judge is like, look, because he's the trier of what? The law, right? And the jury is the trier of fact. Based on the law, he's saying that the guilt of the defendant for the violation of the statute follows a legal conclusion. So based on the law and him reviewing everything that he has, baby, if this was a trial by the judge, Nesto, you're done. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong because you guys know I'm not a lawyer, but based on reading comprehension, that's saying to me that if he were to be tried by the judge and not a jury, he would be done already. And based on the decisions that have happened so far, now we don't know anything about the rape, sexual assault case other than we have the allegations, but nothing has really been litigated, if you will. Nothing has really happened because Dunaway was like, we're focusing on this first. So based on that, I almost feel like, Hoover, what are you waiting for? That's just my opinion. Anyway, like I said, we were going to talk about some other things. Let me get some lunch and some food ready for my family. I'm a little talked out, so I need a break. If you guys want to do some news and hot topics later, because there is a former police commissioner out of New York, baby, she's in deep trouble. Her son was trying to hit somebody, another rival gang member. That would be Jennifer Lackard, her husband and her son, her husband James and her son Chase. Okay. And we have a sad story out of Polk County, Florida. Tatiana Norman, my bad. And girl, the funeral home saga continues. There are some funeral homes that are, and rightfully so, I feel like whoever are the governing body over funeral homes need to step it up. They may need to hire some more people. This type of news is absolutely disgusting. This is not something that we can do for ourselves, and the funeral home business obviously needs some major oversight and pop-in inspections and all kinds of stuff. There, it's just absolutely disgusting what's going on. And maybe it's been going on, but now that it's coming to the light, we definitely should talk about it because unfortunately, um, we all go to funerals. Everyone, you know what I'm saying? Everyone has an expiration date. This is a business that makes a lot of money and we are trusting them. This is a very trusted job because at the end of the day, you don't know who's locked in that tomb. You don't know who's locked in that casket. You don't know what ashes you're getting. We're trusting that these people are doing the right things, and in the news in the past couple of weeks, baby, there has been some real nasty shit going on to make you question the ethics of some of these people who have these businesses open. And it's absolutely disgusting. So we were going to talk about that, but we're going to have to talk about that in another live because I'm going to shut this one down because we've been live for almost 2 hours and pretty much it was all Nesto. So, what time is court tomorrow? According to the docket, it says 9:30. Girl, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If you end up going, let us know. Um, any of my Atlanta girlies or guys, if you end up sitting in the gallery, please contact us right away. Okay, you guys know how to reach me. Ask at realtalkbougie.com. Now the call is it says 9:30, but you know what I mean? Will it be, I'm sure it'll be in the session before lunch. Now, I think don't they try to do in custody first? What I've learned, at least here in Charlotte, when they have people who are in custody, meaning shackles, and they just came over from the jail, they usually try to get those people in first because, you know what I'm saying, they're not in their secure place. And they usually try to have them seen and they can go back to the jail, right? So, fortunately for us in Mecklenburg County, the jail is across the street. So there's a tunnel underground where they walk through into the courthouse. So it's not as much security risk as I'm sure in other places like Nesto has to get on the meat wagon to go from Cobb because he's being held someplace else. So that whole thing. Unique, thank you for the jewels, baby. Thank you for the stars. I appreciate you. Um, oh my God. Yes, Dem folks. I want to talk about that. I do. I pulled the indictment. I pulled the press release from the DA. So just give me some time. I'm going to definitely try to come back. Hopefully, let me just get some food popping. Either by girl, I would love to go out and get some food, but my husband's probably gonna be like, nothing's ever good enough but my cooking, which is wonderful. But baby, sis loves to get some takeout. Not gonna lie, but I'm probably gonna need to cook. Um, these funeral directors make so much money. I am unique. That's a business where people make really good money, and you know what I think? People are lazy. So, like you said, it's the country's in disarray. People are getting lazy, and people are used to nobody coming in and checking what's going on. Just as much as they have to go into a restaurant and check the ice machine, check the knives, check the refrigerators, all of the shit that goes on in a kitchen. Um, they need to pop in at these funeral homes and they probably need to hire more people and get more serious about checking in. And maybe I don't know if they get grades or not, but they need to. You know what I'm saying? Just like you go to a restaurant and they got an A A whatever, they got 100%, you know, um, maybe funeral homes need the same thing, you know? It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. Some of these stories that we're hearing, the funeral director guy, the trans woman in Houston who was over there, number one, scamming, trying to steal from a family of a deceased. But then, furthermore, when they went into the funeral home, there were just all kinds of foolishness going on with buckets of organs and all kinds of weird shit. And and not even being a licensed practitioner of funeral services. It's crazy. But where was the inspector? Why did nobody know this? So that just to me that says that no one has been there to inspect what this man had going excuse me, this person had going on. Um a mess. Anyway, we'll talk about it. I'm going to change the title. You guys, once again, Nesto has court tomorrow, so beat me here, don't meet me here. We'll talk about Nesto again tomorrow. And had the nerve to have an attitude. Miss Unique. Okay. And the funny thing is, I was watching Instagram, the reporter that he had an attitude with, let me take this off the screen. The reporter that he had an attitude with, who was asking the questions, she basically was asking because Sir filled out an indigency form, right? And has a public defender. And she asked, "Well, how did you come up with an an $800,000 bond? How'd you come up with an $800,000 bond? Because even if it's $80,000 or you have access to that kind of money, like, why don't you get your own lawyer?" And that's what pissed him. That's when he was like, "I'm a celebrity. I'm a celebrity. I'm a celebrity." And then she said, "Well, can you talk about the organs in the bucket?" And he said that was for you to eat for lunch. Like, just girl, she was snapping back. She was like, "I came to answer some questions because the video of me asking unique whatever questions went viral and I wanted to answer some questions. So I have that saved too. I'll make sure we'll talk about that." Girl, he was so rude, right, Houston Foodie? Baby, he was so nasty and so rude about it. What do Okay, it looked like he had on one of them Playtex. Anybody of a certain age, you remember those bras that they used to have, those Playtex bras, and they would make you sit right on up. Girl, I have on a bathing suit top under the sweater. Girl, like I'm going to the pool. Um he had on was that did they used to call those cross your heart bras? Remember the ones that were like the cross your hearts? I those old school great grandma, okay? Out of the cardboard box. Yes, okay? I haven't heard this story. I can't wait to hear about it. Girl, a mess. Mr. the trans woman funeral director, go to hold on. I'm gonna drop the link so you can see what we've the video footage. Girl, those if over the shoulder boulder holder had a time frame, that's what it was. Let me see if I can find it for y'all. Um, y'all, I'm trying something new today. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Chrome has a new way of having your overhead tabs vertical. Even though you have been able to do vertical for a long time, they kind of zhuzhed it up a little bit. So I flipped mine to vertical and I'm trying to get used to it. Um, hold on a second. Let me see. I'll drop the link. Oh yeah, we did like half a show about him. Yes. Unique Green. Hold on. Let me drop you guys. We'll talk about it again though tonight because the reporter that went viral kind of came with her answers back as to why he like basically gave the context because apparently you couldn't really hear her questions, but we could hear him. And she was on Instagram basically giving her version of what happened, which was kind of funny. Um, so I put that off to the side. I may have even reposted it or whatever, but if you follow me on Instagram, then you have that. Um, all right. If you want to see the unique green story, it's right here. I posted it and pinned it. Go check that out. But tonight, later, we'll talk about Jennifer, Tatiana, and Chicago. But if you have not, we talked a little bit about Jennifer yesterday, briefly in members. Again, I'm just gonna say it's a great way to support the channel. I'm gonna just tell you guys, if you were members and you're no longer a member, consider becoming a member again. Number one, it's a wonderful way to support me and the work that we do. And also, we talk about lots of things, and there's just different content, specifically just kind of member related. So, if you are looking for a way to support this channel, or you were considering, like, well, should I come back as a member? Like, what's going on in members? Like, what's special? What's different? Um, Go find out. I mean, there's definitely stuff there and it's much 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 appreciated and I feel like we have a really good time. So, that's my 5-second speech and I appreciate you guys so much for all that you do. Definitely watching the videos. Let me see. Why didn't this go to Facebook? Facebook, let me see. Let's see. Facebook, you have the link. There it is. I don't know if it's going to stay. Okay. Facebook, it's in the chat. So anybody coming through on Facebook, you have the link. You love being a member. Well, I love you being a member. Thank you so much. It's just like an easy way to support. And support comes in so many different ways. So I just wanted to give my 5-second elevator speech on there's definitely stuff going on. It's worth your time, it's worth your money. Definitely really made an effort in like the last 3 to 4 months to really be a little bit more thoughtful about making sure that you guys have some content unique to members. So I'm just going to leave it right there. Um, okay. I appreciate y'all so much. Okay. All right, guys. We'll be back later and we'll talk about the other items that are on the title. So I felt like we kind of started going on Nesto a little bit long and we hadn't done a Nesto live in a little minute. And I know you guys like to keep up on what's going on with Nesto and he does have court tomorrow. So it was so appropriate for today. So I'm glad that we had a chance to get caught up and we'll talk about the other items in the next live. Okay. Mwah. I love you guys too. I love you too, KK Scorpio. Thank you guys so much. Make sure to hit the thumbs up on your way out. If you have not hit the thumbs up yet, please do so. Again, another free way to support the channel. It's very much needed. So I appreciate that. And I'll see you guys a little bit later. Okay. Bye, guys. Wait, hold on. Shall we? Let's see. I'm trying to find. Okay, good. I was concerned. I didn't know what was going to come up. Okay, y'all.
But me, I just dogged out all the way around. Nasty Nesto. I'm telling folks, man, I ain't did nothing with these folks, man. Hold on, no.
What's your name, Nesto? What's your name, Nesto? You know what? You know what?
What?
It's funny that you said that you just brought back some memories. So when you said that, when I told you, I think on a couple phone calls back, remember I told you, I said, you know what they call you right here? Then you say, what? and
Nasty
said they called it
Nesto.
Nasty Nestos, right? However I said it. So they don't took my voice.
I can speak to that. As to 23 CP 215407, at our last hearing, the state did move to null process or to decline that particular case. We will just revive that case in an indictment.
What's your name, Nesto?
They call me Nasty Nesto or something.
What's your name, Nesto?
They call me Nasty Nesto or something. I ain't do.
You know what?